Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm in the office, taking care of business. Let's do a quick video. Since it's Monday, let's focus on the Mind, Body, and Soul program. Feel free to talk about in the comments where you're at right now with your program. I've been doing this a lot longer than a lot of you. But I didn't invent this stuff. I hope people don't think that I invented this Mind, Body, and Soul program, or anybody that I coach or mentor. This is something that's been around literally thousands of years, and I'm not kidding with that. That's why it works. You don't need some new age shit. Go with what works. This is what works. And sometimes when I get off course, when I get lazy, I lose my discipline. It's good to have the Mind, Body, and Soul program as a baseline. And I prioritize that. That's my priority. It hasn't always been this way, but these days I make accomplishing my program more of a priority than my job, than my family, than my friends, than anything else. All that comes extra, and I have all that. And family might feel weird if they watch the video and they hear that they're not my priority. Sorry. I take care of self before I take care of you. It's like I've heard this analogy before, and I think it's accurate. You know, I haven't been in an airplane in a while. Some of you guys like to fly. I don't fly. You want to get me in a plane, you have to do me like Mr. T. I'm not kidding. Like in the A-Team, you have to drug me, and I'll just wake up in the plane and be like, what the hell's going on? I'm not into flying. I used to be. I've been all over the world, but I stopped flying a few years back. Nonetheless, when you're on an airplane, and they have little masks that fall out of the overhead compartment if the plane happens to be going down, or for whatever reason they lose oxygen in the compartment. You're instructed as a parent, if you happen to be a parent, or if you're sitting next to a child, to put the mask on yourself first, and then you put it on the child, and you put it on the kid. And you think, well, isn't that weird? Wouldn't you immediately put it on your kid first and then put it on you? No. You have to be able to save yourself before you can save others. So I always try to stay on top of this. I may have been a little bit lazy on my diet last week, and this week I'm right back on it. I was at the grocery store last night, and I didn't buy any snack food, no chips or anything like that. I wanted a treat. Nope. Only treat you get is fruit. That's your treat. You want a candy bar? You don't get it? Nope. You get fruit. And I'm talking to myself like this as I get in there and staying on my diet. You know, and I realize that maybe I need to even go a little harder on my diet, push it a little further in some ways, because I'm not only just trying to eat healthy for a good mentality and to stay healthy in general, because I'm a 52-year-old man, but I work out with weights daily. I work out for hypertrophy as well as strength. But you want a good diet to build muscle, so I'm trying to push my protein. I count my macros. I'm trying to push my protein a little higher. I'm still just trying to meet the suggested amount of protein. Oh my God, it's so much protein. I went to a nutritionist to learn about this stuff. You can learn about it on the internet too, and I do that. But I went to a nutritionist. My insurance covered it, health insurance, so it's free. And she put me on a meal plan and all this, and helped me with the macros and the amount of protein that she said I should be eating. I've yet to meet that number. It's so much. I'd have to just swallow whole chickens like a snake. So I'm getting on top of that. I told myself I'm going to push myself harder in the gym. Now, I only have a certain amount of time to be there, so I can't be there a longer amount of time. So it's about intensity. Some people need more volume. You just need to do more. Some people need more frequency. You need to go more. And maybe that'll be your resolution with your mind, body, and soul program, is just to get your lazy ass in the gym more. I don't have a problem with that. I'm there more than the people that work there. I know the owners. I know the parking lot security guy. I should just get an apartment upstairs. No, I need to add to my sets. So instead of doing 5 sets, and that's what I had been doing, was 5 sets. Say if you're doing chest, I do 5 sets on flat bench, 5 sets on an incline. No, I'm pushing it, try to get to 7 or 8. And I've been pushing my reps to failure or just about failure. Even if it's 1 or 2 short of failure, you can feel it. What I call failure is when you can no longer do a movement in perfect form. When you've deviated from perfect form and you're twisting and turning to get that weight up, you're done. You're just going to hurt yourself now. You're not doing the exercise anymore. So I've been thinking about this. I study a lot. I read every day. I'm watching videos every night. But I only really fuck with spirituality on the weekend. Sunday has been my day. I'll read the Bible or the Torah. I even have a copy of the Quran. When I went to the Middle East, I read the Quran. People are looking at me on the plane, fucking skinhead reading the Quran. But I wanted to know about the shit. I'm going over there. I want to know about your shit, about your guys' stuff. I'm going to be over there. I argued with all of them. And they're all like, damn, did you just read the book? And I'm like, motherfucker, I read it on the plane. Let's go. Let's debate about your prophet. But no, I told myself, I can't just designate my spiritual practice to Sunday. I got to go a little harder than that. Because that's what we're talking about, is going a little harder, pushing yourself a little bit more on the Mind, Body, and Soul program. So I told myself, I'm going to designate a little time every day, 7 days a week. I'm going to go from 1 day a week of spiritual practice to 7 days a week spiritual practice. Even if it's just a little bit. Get my little taste, my little lick off that lollipop every day instead of just devouring it on Sunday. Keep me in line, constantly course correcting, with our goal acquisition. We pick a place on the horizon and then you track towards it, but you have to continually, anybody who's ever sailed, you have to continually course correct. Because there's all kinds of factors that will take you off course. So that's the way I look at the spiritual practices, keeping me on course. Another one is my creativity. I had been slacking off a little bit. I write books. So I'm telling myself, now I'm not going to skip writing. Even if I go and sit behind the computer for a half hour, that's a lame writing session. A half hour, usually I'll write for 3 hours. But if I only sat for a half hour, 20 minutes, that's better than nothing. That's better than nothing. So I'm just talking about myself here, but you could use this as a model. The Mind, Body, and Soul program covers these various areas of our self-mastery, and we engage in these types of daily discipline in order to be the best versions of ourselves, in order to be strong enough to navigate towards our goals, in order to be able to function well enough to help others and to be strong enough to help others. You have to be strong to, like as David Goggins says, who's going to carry the wood and chop the wood and carry the water? You have to train for that shit. And your training is the most important part of you. That's who you are. So I know everybody out there, everyone could go harder. I know I could. Everyone can. Go a little harder. Maybe that's what February will be about. How much time in February do we have left? It's almost over. Go a little harder. Thanks for watching.